Meet the college professor who's calling for the death of white people and getting away with it. Racism is getting to be a tricky issue today. Yes, it's a very real thing and one we've got to look out for. However, nobody is exempt from being guilty of it. In fact, if we said that there was a group exempt because of the color of their skin, that might kinda sound like racism. Sadly, there are many who have an extremely hateful outlook toward other races who have taken to hiding behind science or academia to try and justify their prejudice. It doesn't make it any less objectionable to the people being targeted when they talk about death and destruction, but sadly, many are taking it as a justification that this kind of behavior is okay. One professor, in particular, has decided to get on the racist hatred bandwagon, and boy is he trying to take a lot of people with him. Note: strong language. Via Daily Caller. A Connecticut professor recently called white people inhuman assholes and shared an article about letting bigots die in a post on Facebook. Trinity College professor Johnny Eric Williams shared his thoughts publicly on social media, saying, "Fed the fuck up with self-identified whites' daily violence directed at immigrants, Muslims, and sexual and racially oppressed people. The time is now to confront these inhuman assholes and end this now," Campus Reform reports. Williams also said, "It is past time for the racially oppressed to do what people who believe themselves to be white will not do, put end to the vectors of their destructive mythology of whiteness and their white supremacy system. Let them fucking die." The "let them die" part of that post refers to a Medium article he shared on his Facebook page titled, "Let them fucking die." Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we can all agree that wanting a large group of people to die horrible deaths because you've got a prejudice against them as a whole would be considered racism. Let me just pause for a moment and clarify the definition of racism, because maybe all of the media attention it has gotten has confused some people. So, if a person of a certain race, say, cut in front of me at Starbucks and I really hate that person for delaying my caffeine jolt, that's just normal pettiness. However, if because that person is a certain race I start to think that all the people of that race are cheats and liars and should die because they crossed me, that'd be racism. Generalizing about a whole big group based on experience, or information given you about one, or even a few. Williams goes on to fantasize and get more specific about how these people might die, and how true believers should stand by and let it happen. DC, the Post says that when an oppressor or bigot needs life-saving help, they should be left to die. It reads, if they are choking in a restaurant, if they are bleeding out in an emergency room, if the ground is crumbling beneath them, if they are in a park and they turn their weapons on each other, do nothing. Least of all put your life on the line for theirs, and do not dare think doing so, putting your life on the line for theirs, gives you reason or cause to feel celestial. Saving the life of those that would kill you is the opposite of virtuous. Let them fucking die. And smile a bit when you do. For you have done the universe a great service, the article goes on to say. The whole reason that I like to put the dictionary definition of words out there for you to see is because redefining words to fit their meaning is a very common thing that those who want to trigger some sort of major social change. In that piece above he talks about someone who is an oppressor or bigot. Well, we are hardwired to know that oppressors and bigots are bad things, but since he redefined that to include all white people, you're now supposed to let any white person that you see who's in trouble just die. I'm here to tell you, that while those people do exist, many white people that I know are neither oppressors or bigots, no matter how many fancy college professors try to tell you we all are. Are there truly racist people in America? Absolutely, and some are white and some are black and some are brown, and if we ever have an alien invasion I'm sure there will be some blue and purple ones too. The point is, it's just a trap that the mind falls into, don't get caught up in it.